Okay everyone, so now we are learning the storage class auto or the automatic variable. If we talk about the types of storage classes, then there are four storage classes. The first one is the auto, which contain automatic variable or the local variable. Then the second type of storage class is extern, which contain external variable, that means global variable. Then the third type of storage class is static, which contain static variable. Then the fourth type of storage class is register, which contain register variable. So now we are discussing the first type of storage class, which is the auto or the automatic variable. If we talk about the storage class auto, we have the automatic variables. Automatic variables are the local variables or the internal variables. Local variables or the internal variables or automatic variables, these are the variables which are declared inside the function. So here we are having the two example programs in which we can see that there is the void main. We know that void main is the function. So here inside this function we have declared one variable, that is int a, and given the value, that is n. So this variable is declared inside the main function. Then afterward, there is one more function which is Ankit. Inside that, we have declared the int a. So here also we have declared. In the another program, there is the void main. So there is a function available. Then we have declared int a. And we are having one block available where we are having normal brackets. We have declared int a. So all the variable declaration which we are doing till now inside some function, we can see that the variable a is inside the main, and also this a is inside the block. Similarly, int a is inside the main and int a is inside the Ankit function. So they are the part of function. That means they are accessed only inside that. So these are the local variables, and local variable have other name which is called automatic variable. So automatic variable, internal variable, local variable, all are the same name and they comes under the storage class auto. Next thing about the storage class auto or the automatic variable or the local variable, that they are having the local scope. Local scope says that the variable is accessible in the block where they are declared. To understand that, we are taking the example here. We know that here we are having one block. So here this is a block, and in this block we are providing the boundary. If we are declaring a variable int a here, that means a is only accessible inside this boundary. It is not accessible outside. And if we talk about the main, we know that in the main we are having the block. So in this block we are providing the boundary. So here in this block we are declaring a variable, that is a. So this a is accessible here and even at the end, but not outside. So this is the inside boundary. So wherever we are declaring the variable, that is accessible only at that place. We are assuming that here we are having the function Ankit. Now I am providing the boundary of this function. In this function, if we are declaring the variable a, so a is accessible only inside that. This a is not accessible outside. Similarly, if we talk about the main function, this main is having its own boundary. And inside this boundary, we are declaring one variable a. So this a is accessible only inside this main boundary. It is not accessible outside. So that means these are the local variable with the local scope. Means wherever they are declared, only there they can access. They cannot access everywhere. So this is the storage class auto, means automatic variable or the local variable with the local scope. For the storage class auto or the automatic variable or the local variable, we use keyword which is auto, and this auto keyword is optional. In the first program, you can see that I am declaring a variable int a. Before that, we are using the keyword that is auto, And again, inside the function, we are declaring a variable int a inside the Ankit function, and we are using the keyword that is auto. In the another program, again we are declaring one variable int a, but here auto keyword is not used. Similarly, inside the block, we are declaring one variable int a, but auto keyword is not used. Understand that every variable we are declaring inside the function, that is the local variable, automatic variable, or the internal variable. Here, if you provide the auto keyword or not, that doesn't matter. That means here we have provided the auto. It is exactly same if you are not providing the auto. So both are same. And in the second example, we have given the auto int a. If you are not providing the auto, both are same. So here auto keyword is optional. If you are defining or declaring a variable inside a function, that is a local variable. If you want to provide the auto before that or not, that is totally up to you, because that is the part of automatic variable. So here auto is optional. Next thing about the automatic variable or the storage class auto is that they are declared on stack, and stack provide the temporary storage. That means whenever we are defining or declaring the automatic variable or the local variable or the internal variable, because all names are same, they use the temporary storage. That means until the program is running, they will be declared and their value can be used. But when the program is complete or the function where they are used is complete, then their value will lost and they will be wiped out. So they are the part of temporary storage, means until that function where we are declaring the variable is working, they will be available into the memory. Once the function is complete, their value and variable will be lost. So we can say that in the automatic variable or the local variable, the memory is allocated when the function is executed, and when the function completes its task, then their memory is deallocated. Or in the short, we can say that when the program starts, and inside the program, if we have the function, that function start, then the variable will be declared, it takes the memory. And when the program stop, means that function which is using that variable stop, then the variable lost its memory. That means they have the temporary storage. Next thing about the storage class auto or the automatic variables or the local variables is that they are safe. Safe means they cannot be accessed directly by other functions. The meaning is that if we are declaring a variable a, and that is the part of main, so it can be accessed only inside the main. It cannot be accessed by the other function. And vice versa is applicable with the variable if we are declaring inside the Ankit. So that variable a is accessed inside the function Ankit but not outside. So any function directly cannot access them. So that means they are the safe. Now we are learning that how these two programs are working. So first of all, we are understanding the first program of automatic variable. So here we have made the comment that it is storage class auto or the automatic variable. Now afterward, we have taken one header file which is #include, which is preprocessive directive, stdio.h, which is the standard prototype header file for printf and scanf functions. And afterward, we have the function prototype, which is void Ankit, and afterwards semicolon. That means in this program we have some function, and we know that already one function is available with the name Ankit. Now afterward, we are having the void main. So this is the main function. Now main function is having its own boundary. So this is the block or the function boundary. So inside the boundary of main, we are defining one local variable or the automatic variable by using the keyword auto. We know that this auto keyword is optional. You provide it or not, doesn't matter. The variable will be automatic or the local. And after we are saying int a, so one variable a will be declared that is inside the block of main. So here a is the variable. Let's say the address we are having is 301. Then further we are having equal to 10. So the value assigned is 10. Then afterward we are having the function call which is Ankit. So there is a function call. Through this function call, we are going to call the function which is Ankit. So here we are having the void Ankit. This is the function. And function is having its own boundary. Inside the boundary of Ankit function, we are having auto. We know that this auto keyword is optional. You provide it or not, it will be the local or automatic variable. Then afterward we are saying int a. Understand that there is another variable declared inside the boundary of Ankit function which is a. Then afterward its address will be different, that is 401. The variable declared above and below both are different because they are the part of different blocks. So these are two different A's on different memory. Then further we are saying 20. So here 20 will be the value. Then afterward we are saying printf means printing on the screen / for the new line a. So we can see that a will be printed. Then %d for the integer value, it will take the value from the a. And we know that locally the variable we are having is a, so its value is 20. So it is giving the answer as 20. Then afterward, control will go back to the main program. In the main program, we will be having printf means printing on the screen, then /n for the new line, then afterward a, so a will be printed, then afterward %d for the integer value, it will take the value from the a. Now again it will access the local scope, means local value, and the local value of a is 10. So 10 will be printed on the screen. So understand that these two are different a's with the different value and the different addresses. Above cannot be accessed by the below function and below can be accessed by the above function. So here these are the automatic or the local variables. Now we are taking another example of the automatic variable or the storage class auto. So here we are having the comment that storage class auto or the automatic variable. Then we are having hash include stdio.h, which is standard header file for printf and scanf functions. Then void main, this is a driving function. Main is having the starting and the ending bracket. That means this is one block. Now inside the body of main, we are saying int a. You can see that here we have not applied the auto. Doesn't matter because auto is optional. We already know that auto keyword is the optional. So here we have not provided the auto keyword. Still, this is the local variable or the automatic variable. So here one variable is declared inside the boundary of main, and that is variable a. Now we are saying that its value is 10. We assume that it is at any address, let's say 301, and the value is 10. Then afterward we are saying printf means printing on the screen / for the new line a. So a is printed. Then afterward %d, it will take the integer value from a. So here the local value of a 10 will be taken. So here 10 will be on the user screen. Afterward we have started with the bracket and ending with the bracket. Whenever we are doing that, that means we are creating one block. Inside this block we are saying int a. Again we are not providing the auto keyword. Still it is the automatic or the local variable because it is the part of one block. So whenever we are declaring one variable inside the function or the block, that is the automatic variable or internal variable or the local variable. So here one variable is declared, that is with the name a. We are assuming that its address is 401. You understand one thing? These two are the different variables. Above a and below a, both are different. Understand that their address is different and the value they are containing is different because here we have used 2 times int a. Int a means declare a variable. And one more thing you will observe, if you are not providing starting and ending bracket and you are saying int a, then your compiler will show error that you are having 2 int a, means 2 declaration in the same program. So if you are not providing starting and ending bracket, that means you are not providing the block here. So here int a again will be invalid. But here it will be not be invalid because I am providing inside the starting and the ending bracket, which is representing a separate block. So here in the separate block we are declaring int a, This is the local variable, and here we are not using the auto because the auto keyword is optional. Then afterward we are saying printf means printing on the screen /n for the new line a. So a will be printed, taking the value, integer value, that is %d, and the value will be taking from a. It is accessing the local variable, and the local variable is 20. So its value is 20. So here on the user screen answer will be 20. Now afterward we are having the next line, but understand that this line is outside the block. So here printf means print on the screen /n for the new line a. So a is printed. Now confusion can be the value will be 10 or 20. Which value will come? The value will be 10, because understand that here we are accessing the a and showing into the %d, and this a value will be the local. And who is the local? You understand that the printf is the part of void main, starting and ending bracket. So this is one block, and in this block we are having the variable a, which is having the value 10. So 10 will be the output. 20 will not be the output because 20 is having its different block. So here 10 will be the answer. So here inside the storage class auto or the automatic variable, we have learned that they are the local variables or the internal variables which can be declared inside the function. And they are having the local scope. Local scope means they are accessible inside the block where they are declared. Inside the automatic variable or the local variable or internal variable, they all are the same name. They use the auto keyword. But if you are not providing the auto keyword, that is perfectly fine because that keyword is optional. The automatic variable are declared on the stack. That's why they have the temporary storage. Means when the function start, then they have the memory, and when the function stop its task, then they lose its memory. So here the memory allocated when the function execute, and they deallocate the memory when the function end. These variables are safe. That means they cannot be accessed by other function. So they cannot be accessed directly by other function. That's why they are safe. Means they are accessible only inside the block where they have declared. So that is all about the storage class auto or the automatic variables.